got this one here. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Millennial Nation. This is Millennial Nation Worldwide, and I am your host, the OG Millennial. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at O_G_Millennial. And of course, here on the YouTube page, we are at Millennial Nation Worldwide. Like, subscribe. Definitely could use those subscriptions, and even share it if you can. Right now, I'm just going to give you folks a little bit of brief news happening in the world that's being perceived through these eyes, right? These eyes of a millennial. One of the things as a millennial that I'm still kind of addicted to is the wrestling world, right? I grew up watching wrestling, WWF, during the 80s. And then I watched WWF change to WWE as well as WCW during the 90s. And I continued watching WWE after the 2000s when they absorbed WCW and pretty much became the only entity. This is Monday, so they're doing something live right now. They got Monday Night Raw happening on Netflix, But just some quick news for the WWE side. Bron Breaker, one of their premier stars, is still out due to hernia surgery. I heard on the Busted Open podcast with Bully Ray that they had Paul Heyman on, who is the advocate or the oracle, so they say, of the vision, right? The manager. He's playing the manager role. And he said that he talked to Bron Breaker in the offseason and that Bron Breaker is feeling focused and enraged. And so he was like, he suggested to Bron Breaker that he should use that, as the motivation to get him to come back faster. So, Bron, we are thinking about you. Hope we get you back by WrestleMania for sure. That would be great to see. And then on the AEW side, because they got some news too, right? They got some real loud attention by chants happening for the ICE situation, right? Like they got a wrestler named Brody King, and he is a very strong supporter of the Abolish ICE movement. And he wore a shirt saying Abolish ICE. Abolish ICE. Yeah, there we go. At a couple of shows in Mexico for the Mexican promotion down there, CMLL. And he got a lot of blowback because now there are fans, hundreds and hundreds of fans, chanting F ICE in the stands of these live AEW shows. And it's not just because Brody King gave like thousands of dollars to the Abolish ICE program. Yeah, man, that's tricky to say if you're a smoker with cotton mouth, But so he's got a lot of support from the anti-ICE community, right? And with donating that much money, rightly so, he should be praised by that community. He did a great thing for that community. I don't necessarily agree with it personally, but I'm not going to knock the man. Unfortunately, their company is getting some knocks from the media, right? A lot of networks are saying that they don't want airing of F ICE on their stations, right? I guess it even went as far as having Donald Trump pointed out to the WB network, I believe it is, which is still the owners of, or co-owners with AEW of their product. Anyways, that news is still happening. It happened on one of their live shows in America, and they recently had a pay-per-view overseas in Australia, and it happened over there as well. So listening this Wednesday on AEW Dynamite, if you check it out, you probably hear it if you're listening. I did hear through the podcast that they did a better job, AEW is, at covering up the chants when they were chanting it in Australia, right? They lowered the crowd sound, they elevated the sound of the announcers, and they talked over it, apparently. I myself am not aware of it because I didn't see the pay-per-view. But I did see the live taping on Dynamite when MJF was in the ring with Brody King, and then they started chanting "fuck ICE" in the stands, loud and clear, with no edits at all. Nobody was there to hit that button to cover up that chant, unfortunately. And so AEW got a little bit of negative feedback for that, but they seem to be bouncing back pretty well, which is good on them. They need to try and focus on doing something to garner more eyes on their product, right? So if this is one way to do it, is all press good press, it's in the eyes of the beholder, right? They kind of are taking a PR hit, but at the same time, there are a lot more people talking about it and looking at the AEW product. So in my millennial mind, I think it was a good move if you're looking to get eyes on the product.